Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the chemistry class. In my previous class, I discussed about the study of hydrogen gas. And today I start a new chapter. That is the study of gas laws. Okay. So before going to the gas laws like Boyle's law, Charles' law, okay, and combination laws, we will give a brief introduction. All of you know that matter has three states: gas, liquid and solid. Gas is the simplest state, and gas is the state of the matter in which interparticle attraction is weak and interparticle space is very large compared to the other states like solid or liquids. When a gas is subjected to change in external condition like pressure and temperature, it behaves accordingly to certain simple generalization known as gas laws. Okay, but before going to gas laws, we shall discuss the characteristic properties of gases on the basis of their kinetic energy. The first property we will discuss about the composition of gases. Composition of gases. Okay. So actually gas particles are very small. You can say tiny particles. Okay. And it is moving in the all direction in zigzag motion. Okay. With all possible speed. Understand? So if you compare the volume of the container, so gas particles volume, okay, will be negligible. Hope you can understand. Next we will discuss that gas particles have neither a fixed volume nor a fixed shape. Okay. And so this volume of these particles we are neglecting, okay, compared to the total volume of the container. Okay. Next we will discuss that gases exert pressure in all directions. Gases exert pressure in all directions. Okay, so just now I told you that gas molecules are moving randomly with all possible speeds, so they will collide each other, as well as these gas molecules, okay, collide with the walls of the container, and due to this collision they will exert pressure on the wall of the container. Okay, hope you can understand. Next we will discuss that high compressibility. Gas molecules gases are highly compressible because their intermolecular space is large, okay, and between gas molecules. So whenever you are applying pressure, the intermolecular space, that means space between two molecules, decreases and it is easily compressible. Hope you can understand. And next they are expansible, highly expansible. Highly expansible. Suppose if you take some fragrance stick, okay, and if you light it, okay, then smoke will come. With a fraction of second, okay, you will get smell of that particular fragrance from every corner of the room. So the gas molecules, okay, are highly expansible because these gas molecules have high kinetic energy, and the gas molecules moving faster, okay, further apart from each other, okay, and resulting in increase in the volume of the gas. Suppose in a container pressure is very high, and when you are opening the container it is going outside, okay, and they are very fast moving particles, okay, and taking the volume of the whole container. So that means they are highly expansive. Hope you can understand. Next one, low density. Definitely because of the high intermolecular space, okay, and these gases having low density, okay, compared to the solid or compared to the liquid, okay. Next we can tell about that gases have a natural tendency, okay, to mix with one another, and this property is called diffusion. Okay. Next we can tell that gas can be liquefied, okay, by cooling or applying high pressure. So gases can be liquefied, okay, by cooling, okay, as well as we have to apply high pressure. Actually, what is happening here, on cooling, the kinetic energy of the molecules of the gas is reduced, and on applying pressure on cooled gas, the molecules are coming closer, okay, and the intermolecular space is decreasing, okay, and the gas slowly becomes liquid, okay. So in this way you can liquefy a gas. Next we will discuss the state of gas. State of gas. Okay. Now what we mean to say about the state of gas? Actually the state of gas is specified by its different factors like pressure, volume and temperature. So three factors are there: pressure, volume and temperature. Okay, now one by one we will discuss this thing and their units. Okay, now pressure of a gas is the force the gas exerts on the walls of the container divided by the surface area, okay, of the container. Okay, we know that pressure is equal to force by area. Okay, now if you think about this earth, okay, the air around the surface of the earth exerts a pressure, okay, on the earth's surface, and this is called the atmospheric pressure, and it is measured with the help of an instrument called barometer, okay. And the pressure inside a container, okay, suppose in the gas cylinder, if you want to check the pressure, then you have to use a instrument that is called manometer. So atmospheric pressure is measured by barometer, but inside container pressure is measured by manometer. And what is the SI unit of the pressure? That is the Pascal. SI unit of pressure, that is called Pascal. Okay, Pascal is Newton per meter square. Okay, but now we are using that atmospheric pressure, torr and bar. Okay, this thing we are using, and 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to 760 mm of Hg. That means mercury. Okay, so generally we are using this 1 atmospheric pressure. Now if you want to correlate with the Pascal, it will be 101,325 Pascal. Okay, and if you want to correlate with torr, 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 torr. Okay, and if you want to correlate with bar, another pressure, okay, so this will be equal to near about is equal to 1 bar, 1.013 bar. So in this way, okay, by using this unit we can measure the pressure of a gas. Next we will discuss about the volume. Volume of a gas is the same as the volume of the container in which the gas is enclosed or kept. Okay, and generally SI unit of volume will be of volume, that will be meter cube, okay, or we can say 10 to the power 3 decimeter cube. This is the SI unit, and generally we are using that liter, we are using decimeter cube, we are using ml centimeter cube. Now 1 liter is equal to 1 decimeter cube, that you have to keep in mind, okay, and 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube, or you can tell 1000 ml. Hope you can understand. So in this way, by using this unit, we will measure the volume. And next parameter is the temperature. Temperature is the measure of kinetic energy. Okay, kinetic energy increases with the increase in the temperature. Okay, so now we are using generally 3 basic temperature scale. One is called generally indicating by F, that is called Fahrenheit. Another is called Celsius, which is indicating by C, and another scale is Kelvin scale, it is generally indicated by K. And you know that there is some relation between centigrade and Fahrenheit, that will be C by 5 is equal to F minus 32 by 9. Okay, and SI system of the temperature scale is the Kelvin scale. Okay, you know that the absolute temperature is minus 273 centigrade, and this minus 273 centigrade is taken as absolute zero, and below its temperature is not possible. Okay, and there is some relation between the Kelvin scale and centigrade scale, that K is equal to degree centigrade plus 273. That means if you have temperature 0 degree centigrade, so in Kelvin scale it will be 273 Kelvin. And if you have 25 degree centigrade, then you have to add 25 plus 273, it will come as 298 Kelvin. But if you take minus 270 centigrade, so you have to add plus 270, then it will come 0 Kelvin. So in this way, you have to use this temperature unit. Okay, I hope you can understand. And today up to this, and next day I shall discuss about the different types of gas laws, like Boyle's laws, Charles laws, and in this chapter different types of numericals are there on the combination of laws, that means Charles law, Boyle's law, as well as Boyle's law and Charles law. Okay, so today up to this, thank you.